Today we are going to practice using senses to descriptive write. Another phrase we use when talking about descriptive writing is saying show don't tell. What that means is you're providing your reader with more information so that they can actually visualize what you are trying to explain. We're going to be trying to create sensory images today for our reader. Say sensory with me. Sensory. That word sensory comes from the word senses. So when we're developing these sensory images for our reader, we are using the 5 senses of smell, taste, touch, hear, and see. We can use these senses for descriptive writing to really help our reader picture a situation as if they were there. Authors do this for us all the time. We are going to practice doing it on our own as well. When reading our books, you will notice that authors use these sensory images as well. Often, professional authors use great descriptive writing techniques, such as using these sensory details. This allows us to truly picture what they are trying to describe in the story. Sometimes we can practically smell certain things that they are describing. Using our senses for descriptive writing is a great way to really develop in this area. So let's get practicing. There are 2 parts to this lesson. This is the first part, and we will be reading books and taking some notes on the sensory images that authors create for us as readers. The next step, part 2, will be practicing creating sensory images in our own writing, using different scenarios. Remember that our senses are how we experience the world around us using touch, taste, seeing, hearing, and how we smell things. You may pause this video at any time as I go over some of the words that are associated with these senses. The first one is touch. I'm not going to read them all, so you may pause the video and read them at your own pace. Some of the words that we might use to describe the feeling of touch include a feeling of something being damp, fuzzy, furry, prickly, tacky, or maybe smooth. Again, pause this video and read these different words that you may use for describing touch. Next, we have the words that describe sounds. Here are some words we would use to describe some soft sounds. Some of the words here are patter, whisper, sigh, snap, swish. Next, we have words that describe some louder sounds. Some of these words include jangle, scream, shout, crash, bluster, boom, stamp, stump. Here are some words that describe taste. You might taste something that might be spicy, spoiled, burnt, briny, fresh, pungent. Pungent means strong. Rancid, that means bad or sour. Next are some words that are used for describing the smell of something. We might use the word faint. That means it's not a very strong scent. Fragrant. That means a strong scent. Heavy, intoxicating, also meaning strong. Now watch me as I model how I will look for examples in the book Winn-Dixie. When I browse through Winn-Dixie, I can easily pick out some of these sensory details that the author uses by simply looking for some key words. Some of these key words include the words looked, smell. I am personally using a light pencil as I find these words in my book. However, please do not do this unless the book belongs to you or you have gotten permission from whoever owns it. Another way you can do this is simply by taking some sticky notes and putting them on the pages as you read and find examples of these sensory details. Again, these keywords can be found often in writing. And when you look for these keywords, you can see later that the author goes ahead and they really describe what it is that they are seeing, smelling, hearing, tasting, or even feeling. I have found some examples in the book. These sentences had key words that helped me know that the author was using sensory details. For instance, the word looked. Here I found looked a whole lot better. I found the words shiny and soft that were describing the look and feeling of something. Crooked, yellow teeth. As I include these in my notes, I am referring to the book and where I found these descriptive sensory details. Another one here is rubbed his nose. This is describing touch and is really helping me picture the situation. Another one is smells nice. Looked into his eyes. Again, when you start paying attention in your book to these keywords such as see, felt, smell, hear, taste, touch, looked, you will start to recognize how often authors use these sensory details as part of their descriptive writing techniques. Take time and look through the books that you are reading for some examples of this. The next step will be using sensory details in your own descriptive writing. Happy reading and writing, friends!